Go ahead.
Okay, so I have done all the modules so far, and then I was looking at my job description
Mhm.
on my resume, and most of the point it makes sense like where it comes to modules. But when it comes to like some part like AOSE and all, I know it's been a while for me because I did this class in 2022 and then I took a year off.
Mhm.
I didn't do anything. So I know I cannot go back to watch modules because I don't have access, but I have my notes and everything. So I was just having questions on those AO SE. Like I have notes, but I don't have like the full description of it. Like what exactly why do we do it?
Okay. When is your interview again?
My interview is
Okay.
tomorrow morning.
So AOSC, we have a module, but just for the interview sake, I'll just quickly run through the process where we do it. AOSC is done only for FDA reportable cases. That's number one.
Okay.
We do as FDA reportable cases in the sense it must be a SUSAR related by the
Okay.
investigator, related by the sponsor.
Right.
So once you have adverse events which is reportable to FDA, they want to
Hmm.
do a mini review of all the cases that have the same PT term or similar
Okay.
terms to see if there is any drug event combination.
Okay. So it's like a company-wide search, right? It's
It's
not based on
right.
just a one drug.
Exactly. Let us say
Okay.
if the adverse event is heart attack, you have to
Uh-huh.
you have to look at anything that is related to heart attack, myocardial infarction, acute coronary syndrome, myocardial ischemia. So you got to look at something which is surrounding to that PT term pathophysiologically, so that
Okay.
you must say that by the end of the AO analysis of similar events, that name itself is very simple to understand. By the end
Right.
of
Right.
it, you have to conclude if there is a causality on a, when you do causality assessment, you're doing it at a case level. But when you do
Right.
AOSC, you're doing it at drug level.
Drug level. Okay. Makes sense.
Any other question?
No, so the PT term you're talking about is a preferred term that we do for the MedRA coding, right? That's the
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And then do they ever ask like how do you do quality check and all? Because I know like that's a step that we do as a case processor and all,
Yeah,
but is it they do? Okay.
they will do AOSC. All the case processors will do the search, everything. They'll give you
Mm-hmm.
everything, and you have to do the conclusion part.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Okay. Then so I read something that it say read and acknowledge a necessary IQVIA standard operating procedure. What are the difference between that and SOPs? Is it something like
Exactly the
more
same. Exactly the
exactly the same?
same.
Okay, okay. It just depend on the companies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see. I think other than that, I don't have any question. I did have a few questions on what do you call? Mm, there was something else. Just a second. So for the reporting, now I know when they do interview, right? I know I'm working for a company, a US-based company on my resume right now. So everything we have to report to FDA. Now, do
Uh-huh.
they ask any question regarding like, European, like EU, uh, what do you
No,
call that?
it is better you say that you did both all health authorities. It's not like, oh, your company on your resume
Uh-huh.
is a US company, so you only report to FDA. What you will report to any health authority as long as the product is working or is marketed or developed in that region.
In that region. Okay, that makes sense. Right. Right. And then for the SUSAR cases, the usually in the European country, it has to be, causality likewise, it has to be related to just the investigator. But for the FDA, it has to be related to both investigator and the drug manufacturer, right?
I think that is an update that we gave in the recent classes. Right now, FDA is going EMA way. Yeah, as long as it is related by the investigator,
Investigator. Okay.
it is the same as Europe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. That makes sense then. All right. And then other than that, I mean, I just went through all the modules. Now I don't have access, as I said, I don't have access, so I'm not going through like, each tabs of Argus, but do they even ask you like how to work on the tabs, or is just
No.
okay?
After, like I can tell you that the interview for you is going to be basic modules on case
Okay.
processing, nothing more than that. You just have
Okay.
you just have to construct sentences, make up
Mm-hmm.
stories. I know this is your first interview, uh,
Right, right,
but I want you to step up because you know how things are right now. Um,
right,
I mean, it would have been better if you had access, but that I already texted you what you need to do tomorrow. Um,
right.
because if you're putting effort and if you're working this hard, it makes sense for you to have it so you're not abusing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, that's right.
I will put a word, but just do your stuff as I texted you right now.
Okay, okay.
Of course, nothing to do with tomorrow's interview, but if you can, I mean, like your interview is in at 12 o'clock. Um,
Right.
so I would recommend you um, go over AOSC. It's a 15-minute module. Go over workflow. Go over SUSAR reporting,
Mm-hmm.
reporting timelines.
Right.
Definitely causality assessment.
Okay. Right.
If you can go through those four modules as fast as you can, just even the slides to kind of understand the story or your notes,
Mm-hmm.
that's more than enough for this interview.
Right.
Company, I would say, hires very slow,
Okay.
but in the recent times they have closed positions faster. So I want you
Mm-hmm.
to do the best you can. Don't take it as an excuse.
Sure.
Do the best
Right.
you can. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, we both will be disappointed, and that's okay too.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. No, sounds good, Dr. Abhishek.
Okay, stay on the line. Let's see if
Mm-hmm.
any other
Sure.
questions
Yes.
that other folks have will help you as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
Subhadra, your turn.
Yes, Doc. I have a doubt on the subject regarding SAE reconciliation. Uh, as what I understood is like SAE reconciliation is between two groups, right? Between data management team and safety team. How we are going to do it in? It's like I don't know that how we are going to do it.
No,
Like
no, no. Wait. First of all, what you just said is wrong.
no.
The SAE reconciliation is a reconciliation process between the safety database and the clinical database. It is between the databases of an SAE.
Okay.
You're doing comparison to see if there is any mismatch.
Okay,
The
Doc.
data output for a clinical database, the data output for a safety database will be provided to you in an Excel format by data management.
Okay.
So all you do is one screen you'll have clinical database Excel sheet, the other screen you'll have safety database Excel sheet, the same exact patient number, event, and you will see, okay, what are the event particulars, event onset date, event end date, event outcome, action taken, event seriousness criteria, event causality. You look at all those things. If there is any mismatch if there is a mismatch in clinical database, you will send a query to the clinical team. I mean, the data management will send a query to the clinical team to resolve it. If there is a mismatch in the safety database, data management will send a query to safety team to fix it. Now, if there is a mismatch in both, then both the safety and medical or clinical will come together and discuss it and resolve it. This is all SAE reconciliation, and we do this probably every quarter depending on the subject enrollments. So this is the gist of SAE reconciliation module.
Okay, Doc. And what is that? We are doing it at periodic basis at data log point, right? Like that it's mentioned. Right?
Yeah,
What is?
we do SAE reconciliation, as I said, every quarter if possible. If not, we have to do it at a data log point for a clinical database, because there is no data
Okay.
lock for a safety database is live, and there is
Okay.
no lock of a database for safety, but clinical you
Okay.
can lock it.
Okay, Doc. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Doc. The next question is like, it's we are analyzing, we are just identifying and analyzing possible trends and concerns with company products. And also like we are identifying and evaluating the safety signals through assessment of single case safety reports. So I just need clarification for this sentence, Docs. It's like,
I mean, it is pretty much causality assessment. It is they just
okay,
elaborated it to fill up the space, but it's basically saying, can you do causality assessment?
okay, Doc. So it is nothing to related to signal detection, evaluation, analysis, not that part, right, Doc? So I just want that clarification.
Not really, not really.
Okay, okay, Doc. Other than that, and one more about this. Like, as we are processing SAE and non-serious adverse events for both individual and aggregate reports, it's like, is this something related to aggregate reporting, or it is just a cumulative document of all those things, though?
No, it is aggregate reporting.
Okay,
Um,
okay,
Let me put it this way, Subhadra. This interview that you're going to do is really going to be tough for you
okay, Doc. I
because
know. First interview and
yeah, it's your first interview, and the second is they are not just looking just for medical review or causality assessments for individual cases. They are looking for a safety physician.
yes, Doc. Okay,
So you have to have a very good grip, even though you may do well tomorrow, but
okay,
next time you have a group or a panel interview, they will literally roast you.
okay, okay,
So I'm not going to put any negative. What I'm trying to say is this is your first interview. Go with the confidence of our modules, ICSRs, and medical review, and say that this is what I've learned and I've done some signaling, and stop there and see how the interview goes.
okay, Doc. Okay,
And take it as an experience. I would say this is your first. Take it as an experience and keep applying.
okay,
And
Doc.
let us, call. When is your interview tomorrow?
9 to 9:30 a.m. Doc, morning.
Okay, once you are done with it, just I will give you a call. I'll put it on my calendar sometime.
Okay,
Let us connect. I would like to connect with you regarding the interviews that you may get in the future, what you
okay,
can do with this, because you being a physician, you will get roles like this much easier,
okay, Doc.
And even Nisha telling you right now, the questions will not help you because you may not know the subject. You know what I mean?
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc. I can understand. Okay,
But do the best you can. I believe if you stick to this is what I have done, and then see what happens with the interview.
okay, Doc.
Dr. Abhishek, so
Yeah.
for the GVP, do I need to worry about the signal management module at all? Like, do I have to do that as a safety? No, right? Okay.
No. I mean, for that position, they don't need it.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. Nisha, your turn.
Dr. Abhishek, for this role, it's for devices. I told the recruiter that I am not well versed with devices, but I know, so I have some knowledge with drug device combination. So how do I proceed with the questions being asked regarding post-marketed surveillance of the devices? Because the product was released 6 months ago.
When is your interview?
Tomorrow at 12:30. I actually went through all the guidelines, the FDA guidelines for devices. I did not find any difference because the name is different, but it's the same. The risk management plan is PMS plan.
So let me do this 30-second thing with you. So I'm going to brainwash you for 30 seconds. Never say you do not know something until you get into a job. Did that sink in?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I told her I know a little bit of it. But she told me it's hard for them to find anyone with device experience. That's why they're looking for someone who actually has drug
Okay.
experience as well. So that's
So,
why I'm through the recruiter interview, and I'm with I have a interview with the hiring manager tomorrow.
mhm.
So
Who is the hiring manager? Okay, got it.
yeah,
All right. So see,
you
what I'm trying to put forth is whatever you told recruiter, I'm 100% sure they don't say anything about you not knowing something to the hiring manager.
right.
They want to get a candidate in front of hiring manager just to say that, look, we are doing our job. We got your candidate. You see what you can do.
Okay.
So what I would say is the only difference between devices and drugs is there is just literally like a 20-page document that you need to read. It will not take you more than 30 minutes. And the gist of it is just in the reporting timelines. Twice of everything you do for drugs or biologics. If it is a fatal, life-threatening, it's a 15-day report. If it is non-fatal, non-life-threatening, serious case, it's a 30-day report. If it is a non-serious adverse event, you don't even report it. It goes into the PADER. So that is those are the three reporting timelines that changes from drugs and devices. The rest of it is pretty much the same. The only thing that you may have to understand about devices is devices they have different categories, different way of reporting. Like there for FDA there is category A, category B, category C, category D. Category A is a band-aid. Category D is, let us say, a heart valve. So in between a band-aid and a heart valve that is class D, the safety will vary. You see my point?
Yeah.
So one of these days, one of the student had an interview. I wish I could find that email. I'll try to look it up today or tomorrow morning, and I will share that link with you. It is on 21 CFR FDA regulations. There is just one 20-page document. Once you read that thing, you will run through this interview, because what you have already learned in our modules, you're just learning it for devices, and you will literally skim through it and you will understand devices.
Right. Yeah. For past 2 days, I have been reading the guidelines for the devices, and I don't find much difference. It's just the name is different, but the guidelines are the same.
Let
So
me let me get it to everyone right now, or else I'll forget.
yeah, that is the only question. And the other, sorry. And another question is, what is the difference between DSMB and advisory board? Aren't they the same?
Huh? Can you repeat? Yeah, I got it. Can you repeat the question again?
Difference between the DSMB and DMC and advisory board, aren't they the same, or is there a difference?
They're all the
between
same.
them?
They are different names of the same thing. I found the link. I dropped it to everyone. If you have medical devices, you read this document, you're good to go. Okay. Nisha, you there?
Yes, doctor. I got it. I'll read through it.
Yeah, just to, it's not a big document. You don't go through sublinks and everything. Just skim through it. It's more than enough.
Okay, sure.
Awesome. Any other questions? No? Yes? Okay.
I have some questions after the recording is
Yeah,
stopped.
I'll stop.